Hello gamers, this is D&H and welcome back to SkyBlock Quickcarpet. So I am at my gravel grinder at the silverfish spawner here in one of the end portals. I did figure out a better way to do this, so I'll talk about that. But basically, while I haven't had the most immense amount of time to play Minecraft this week, it's still that I am still getting resources. So, you know, it's been interesting. The last big project I did was obviously the beach, and kind of contrary, one of the things about Agrarian Skies is that, which was the modded version of Skyblock that I played, is that you would just kind of set up a sieve and some of the automation, and then you just kind of build up resources. You wouldn't really need to worry about it. But one of the aspects of Skyblock has always been grinding, and for the most part, I've done that. I mean, every building before really the cathedral, I broke every piece of cobblestone I used by hand. Even after the cathedral, every piece of wood, every normal thing, every gravel, every dirt, I've been involved in doing that by hand. And so it's a lot of, this guy had, he had nothing. He had, I did buy packed ice from him, but he doesn't really have anything. Anyway, I wasn't really involved in, I was grinding everything, right? So the interesting thing about my last build on the beach is that with the automatic TNT cobblestone thing and the kind of automated sand farm, I was not having to grind anywhere near as much for resources for the beach, which is highly unusual for me and for most Skyblock things. But I kind of got out of the habit, and it's really interesting to me. My videos, plenty of people have liked them, and I really appreciate all of the support and all of the nice things that are said. So I certainly don't want to make it sound negative. But, there's a certain contingent of people who claim that I'm cheating or whatever in my videos. And I never really understood that much. I mean, in part, I take it as a compliment, I guess, right? If you think that I had to have cheated to build the things that I built or collect the things I collected, I guess that's an accomplishment, right? But I think in part it's just that a lot of people don't find Minecraft maybe as fun or as relaxing or whatever as I do, or maybe just don't have the time that I have or whatever it is. And so, they see something that takes a lot of time, like grinding cobblestone or like building a bigger build, and they try it or they quit partway through. And so they want to just say, oh yeah, that person must have cheated because that's the only way you could do that. And, for me, it's always been like I can just turn on a movie or a video or a television show in the background, YouTube or Hulu or Netflix or whatever, and just break a bunch of cobblestone or or do whatever. I've never minded doing things and grinding in Minecraft in the background. And that's really how I've accomplished a lot of what I've accomplished. There's nothing special to my Skyblock builds. There's nothing special to any of these things other than just spending a little time and spending a little effort. And the funny thing is that after not really grinding for a while, I vaguely kind of get where people are coming from, right? It's like, oh yeah, I'm out of the habit and whatever. Oh, I have to grind to get this stuff. I don't just automatically get 16 chests full of cobblestone. Oh, I want dirt or I want gravel. Oh my God, there's like massive amount. Like, look at how much work I'm doing right here to get what's effectively going to be probably like 2 stacks or not quite 2 stacks of gravel, which I would then, if I want dirt, I have to combine this with regular dirt to make coarse dirt, and then hoe that dirt to make regular dirt. And, it's a lot of effort, right? So I get it. I understand the the thought process or the apprehension or the feelings, I guess, that people have that lead to those kind of emotions, you know. So it's fine. But all of that is to say that I have built a little bit at the zoo, which I'll probably show you next week. I probably won't show you this week. But really, I've still just been collecting a lot of resources, you know? Geez. It's rough. There's, you know, there is a grind that's involved in getting some of this stuff. And if you're not, you know, playing Minecraft all of the time when you're watching videos or doing whatever, or if you don't have the free time, I had a couple of things that I had to take care of this week. In what would maybe normally be my free time, then, you know, you don't progress things as much as maybe I would have liked to, or other people would have liked me to. So, yeah, that happens. So, yeah, not even 2 stacks of gravel. So, I mean, you know, whatever. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm gonna sleep real quick because it's nighttime. I like sleeping over here just because then if I end up getting killed, I don't respawn too far away. Sometimes, see, I still am not wearing any armor. I really need to do better about that, but sometimes the silverfish will kind of overwhelm you and do that. So I'm going to talk about the better methodology that I have for silverfish farming now out here in this skyblock. So before, I would like stand here for, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes. I mean, I would, you know, alt tab out and, I don't know, probably browse the web or, again, have a video open or whatever. And I would wait for it to spawn silverfish and them to go into these things and whatever. But I found that if you just come in and you start punching them, not killing them with a sword, but just punching them, it breaks out the silverfish that are in the cobblestone and creates gravel, which is what it's supposed to do, right? But instead of just letting a bunch build up, like, look, there's not really that many right now. There's a few that have come in there, but you know, it breaks out a few of them. There's a little bit of stuff, whatever. But what happens is then I'll leave the room, right? And basically then those ones that popped out and were chasing me, if I give them, you know, a minute or two, they themselves will go. See, you're already seeing them puff into the cobblestone. So those are now starting to go into the cobblestone. So all of a sudden, like, you know, that's building up more. Those would have just been sitting in the cobblestone, and now they've popped out, creating gravel, and popped back in to create more gravel. So again, I'll stand here for maybe a minute. I mean, you still have to give them a little bit of time to reinsert themselves. Okay. And then I'll go back in and let's say now, and okay, see, even that one just jumped in. I'll go back in. Okay, and boom, now, oh, some more are popping out. And, oh, hey, you can hear them popping out. And yeah, it's great. So you see now, it's like they exponentially build on themselves, right? It's not that I'm waiting just for one level to pop out. I'm getting the same ones to do a whole bunch of work. And even punching them sometimes, sometimes I'll kill a few of them, no big deal. And I try to go to an area, it doesn't seem to matter that much, they'll enter cobblestone wherever, but I try to go to an area where there's a lot of cobblestone for them to kind of enter. And yeah, see, I mean, they're starting to pop in and boom, and look at, like, half of them are now gone into these stones. So it's just a much quicker way than me just kind of sitting around waiting for a whole bunch of them to... Wow, there is tons of slimes out there. I get easily distracted, sorry. But yeah, so it's just an easier way to get gravel. So now I've waited some, and I'll go back in. I'll usually do it... you know, it depends. So there we go. I'll usually do it until I feel like there's not a ton of cobblestone in here left for them to enter into. You know, if so I'll go like around in a circle like this, and right there. And then I'll take a look. It's kind of maybe one more. I mean, there's still some. It's hard to say, but like I'll maybe do this one more time. But yeah, I would have ordinarily been waiting 20 or 30 minutes to even get the 2 stacks of cobblestone I was going to get. And now you'll see that in 10 minutes, of doing this, I'll get probably about 4 stacks. So see, a bunch of them are entering. It's good. Excellent. You have to be kind of careful at the doors. Sometimes they'll hang out at the doors. But anyway. All right, and see then, and if you do it pretty quick like that too, it doesn't really matter that I'm not picking up every piece of gravel because it'll be there basically. I mean, it's not, it doesn't despawn for like 5 minutes, and this whole thing hasn't even taken that okay. I do need to be careful. Again, I don't wear armor, which is probably a mistake, but okay. So there we go. Make sure that I punch them. That's probably good. Now, I have this mending sword. I come in. Make sure I continue to eat food to regain my health. I mean, I guess I should have armor. I could have mending armor so that I don't have to worry about it taking too much damage or whatever, but, because, yeah, silverfish are pretty annoying, but, yeah, I mean, I've died a couple times to them, but mostly I'm good. So, yeah, then I pick up that, and, okay. There we go. And then put down another layer. So, yeah, I just, I wanted to check in. Sometimes I hate making short videos, or maybe more importantly, videos where I don't have a whole lot to show you. I like being able to show off like a nice build or some cool stuff that I've done. Coming in and telling you, oh, hey, I'm still grinding for resources is not, really that exciting, and I acknowledge that. But at the same time, I like to keep you up to date, and partially, again, the fact that I get so many comments on, see, that was another almost 2 stacks. So the fact that I get so many comments on my videos about the fact that, oh, how could you do that? Yeah, it's because I spend a fair amount of time doing this, just kind of grinding stuff. There's nothing magic about it, just put in a little effort, and on the SkyBlock stuff where people say, oh, you might have cheated or whatever, like, no, I grinded for resources, and it took some time. And yeah, I wasn't flying. Sometimes you fall off and you lose resources and it pisses you off a little bit and whatever, but you go and you grab more resources and you continue. There's nothing that really prevents you from keeping going. I don't play Minecraft in hardcore, where you die and you have to delete the world. I mean, my God, it's just like, and in fact, if I looked at the stats, where are the stats? Oh, there was a, statistics. How many times have I died? It should say somewhere on this thing, right? Distance, blah, 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 blah. Okay, no, I've killed that many. Number of deaths, 86. I've died 86 times in this world. That is ridiculous. Wow. And I haven't eaten a single slice of cake or flying with an elytra. Distance swum. Swum. Anyway. Yeah, so, well, I mean, that's a decent episode. I think that's worth talking about because, yeah, part of it is definitely the grind, and I don't mind it But you have to do it. And unfortunately, I haven't paid the piper or done it quite as much as maybe I should have the last week or two. So I still need resources. I still need gravel for dirt, for grass, for everything. I need some more wood. There's a few things that I need. I'm pretty good on glass. Cobblestone obviously is pretty easy. So, I should be able to show you some stuff in the petting zoo area next week. I'm not promising that I'll have it all done. I was also grinding gravel to make some red concrete for a barn. It's not a great material to build a barn out of. In my SkyBlock thing, I built it out of wool, which, again, a lot of people thought I cheated because they didn't understand that was wool, but whatever. I'm not going to make it out of wool this time. So anyway, that's where I'm at. That's grinding resources. Hope you all are having a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'm going to go. As always, gamers, have a good evening, day, and night.
Minecraft, time-lapse, mob traps, world maps, cat naps, rap tracks perhaps. You'll tune in and watch the hijinks, and if you like, click the up and subscribe links.